Whatever, just hurry up and give me my share of the inheritance. We got a lot of bills to take care of.
I've renounced all our inheritance.
Huh?
Trouble busters!
Grandpa? Why did you have to go?
Enough of that. You're being cringe. No matter how much you cry, he's not going to come back.
Hey, how long is this gonna take, huh? My name is Helen, and I lost my beloved grandfather yesterday. I was his princess ever since I was little, and so I was absolutely heartbroken. But my brother, Sarandon, and his wife, Megan, were not sad in the slightest. As you can see, they acted in this manner.
By the way, how much did you inherit, sis?
Huh? Inherit? We only came to this stupid ceremony just to talk about that.
I remember hearing he had like frickin' 3 million stashed away.
Damn, the old gas bag had more than expected. Stop talking like that in front of Grandpa. We're still alive, and so we get priority.
Whatever, just hurry up and give me my share of the inheritance. We got a lot of bills to take care of.
Bills? Yeah, we built $1 million mansion, you see.
From my grandpa's estate, you see.
What? You built a... Oh, it doesn't have to be exactly $1 million, you know. It can be 2 or 3 million should you desire it.
For real?
For me, grieving over the death of my loving grandfather, it was too much to do this in front of him, and I questioned their humanity. My younger brother has always been quite the selfish sort, but since he got together with Megan, he'd become even worse. And as a direct result, he's become so inhumane that at such an important moment, I cannot forgive them. I'll clean away the disgusting scum so that my beloved grandpa can go to heaven in peace. Troublebusters, initiate.
If we calculate 1 million per person, Megan and I should bring in 2 million, right?
If we get that much, want to get a cruiser or a Porsche?
Oh, that's a great idea.
So when will we get our inheritance, ma'am? We honestly want it pretty soon, you understand? I've renounced all our inheritance.
Huh? What did you just say?
I said loud and clear that I gave up all our grandfather's inheritance.
What? What are you doing?
3 million? That was frickin' $3 million. Hey, woman, are you out of your mind or what? I couldn't be more in control, miss.
Enough bullshit! Frickin' 3 million, Helen!
It's not $30 or even $300. I understand that.
No, you frickin' don't! What are we gonna do now? We frickin' built $1 million mansion, counting on Grandpa's estate, you know?
You better fix this mess and cancel this stupid renunciation. Hurry! I refuse.
You didn't even consult with your family. Do you honestly think you could get away with being so selfish?
That's right. Sir Anderson's also family, so he should also have the right to inherit the estate. And yet, you just gave up $3 million just like that, all on your own?
Oh, I know. A lawyer. Let's ask a lawyer.
What a great idea. Let's get one of countless lawyers here in the city.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Huh? Hey, did you call one already? Damn, that's so quick, isn't it?
No, I still haven't even,
Oh, I was expecting you, Mr. Morrison.
What?
Oh, could it be her who called the lawyer? Yes, indeed. Shit, I knew it!
Calm down, Megan. She only mentioned his name. It doesn't mean that he's a legitimate lawyer. Nice to meet you. I'm Sean Morrison, and I'm a certified lawyer. Sis, this ain't fair, you know, being the only one hiring a lawyer here.
You goddamn pricks are conspiring to make sure we don't get any inheritance, aren't you?
Boy, seems like we have a big misunderstanding on our hands. Misunderstanding? In the first place, Mr. Sarandon, one whose kinship with the deceased is known to be a grandchild has no right to inherit any grandparent's estate from the beginning. That can't be true, right? Because my sister just frickin' renounced our rights to inherit the estate of the man.
In that case, Sir Anderson, who is also a grandchild of the deceased here, should have the right to inherit as well.
You misheard me, ma'am. Grandchildren are not included in the legal heirs to inherit any estate. In the case of Miss Helen and Mr. Sarandon, their father is alive. So when their father leaves them with an estate, only then can they inherit anything.
Then how did Helen get the rights to inherit? Isn't that ridiculous?
It's not ridiculous.
Indeed, it isn't. I was adopted by my grandfather when he was alive, you see.
Adopted? And thusly, Miss Helen has the legitimate right to inherit the estate as a legal heir. Why is it only you, sis?
For real? If you were adopted and assumed the right to inherit, then why didn't he adopt Sir Anderson too?
Maybe he hated him. None of your damn business.
And besides, Grandpa already has a son, our own dad. So if there is a live child in the family, he can legally only adopt one grandkid.
What the hell is that? Don't tell me you knew about that and took care of Grandpa.
That is so unfair. If we had known, we would have taken better care of him too.
That's exactly why Mr. Thompson never wanted to get involved with his grandson, because of that mindset. Shut up!
In the first place, I didn't take care of Grandpa because I wanted his estate.
What? What a goddamn lie! You were definitely after his estate!
Could you, not put me in the same pod as y'all? I really loved Grandpa, and that's the only reason why I took care of him. It didn't matter how much of an estate he had.
Miss Helen has officially given up all of the estate that she legally inherited. Wait a minute, what about distributive shares? There aren't any. No way that's true! I've heard that there's something called distributive shares in the inheritance.
Is that so?
Yeah, I've heard somewhere before that even if there is a will, you can still claim whatever extra there is.
Oh my gosh, that's my Sir Anderson right there. You are so freaking smart.
I think so too. So hurry up and give me those freaking shares, huh?
I guess you're really mistaken after all, huh?
What?
It's true that if you ask to pay some extra shares, you're legally bound to pay it.
But that's also only for legally entitled heirs. No way!
Unfortunately, yes way. So then, is it true that Sir Anderson won't get a single penny?
I'm afraid you're spot on, miss. Got it. Then I'll go and ask my old man and get him to pay up.
Huh? Oh, I see. If only the child gets to inherit the estate, all we have to do is get the money from said child. Hey, you two, don't drag your family into this anymore.
The hell? You may not need that estate, sis, but we need that money right frickin' now!
We need at least $1 million for our mansion.
Wait, did you actually build $1 million mansion thinking you would inherit?
What's wrong with that? Because we thought we could get $1 million, so it's natural that we would want to be a little extravagant, right?
You seem to have the financial sense of a dead jellyfish, miss.
I have a perfectly functional sense in everything, thank you very much.
Yeah, anyone would argue that's just an assumption. It's all in your head. Megan, we gotta go quickly before Dad notices and runs away.
Over my dead body.
What the hell? What else do you have with us?
Inheritance, inheritance, inheritance. Have you guys forgotten that Grandpa has passed away? Do you feel any pain? How disgusting, nagging me like that. In reality, even you're regretting giving up your inheritance, aren't you?
When we got our shares of the inheritance from Dad and the others, we'll give you a teensy bit of it. How about that?
So please get out of our way now.
There, you see? I guess you really want the money after all.
After all, no one can beat the power of gold coins. No more mercy, so help me.
Huh?
I'll tell you this. Dad has also already given up his right to inherit.
You lie!
That's just a bluff. You suddenly just feel defeated when we said we were going to get the inheritance.
It's not a bluff. I was there as an official eyewitness when Miss Helen and her father gave up their right to inherit. What? Why did Dad give up his right to inherit in addition to you?
You goons deserve to be locked up in an asylum. 3 frickin' million. You know, it doesn't make sense for not 1 but 2 people to give it all up. Look, we've said it many times thus far, and I'll say it again. Neither Dad nor I wanted Grandpa's estate.
You have to be bluffing. 3 million, Helen?
Who would give something like that up?
3 million?
That's much better than giving the estate, which my grandfather worked so hard to leave to his family, to beasts in human skin. And why are you pretending to be a philanthropist?
Our plan is a complete disaster because of you!
It's all your fault, so if we don't get the $1 million, we will have you pay the loan instead, all right? Over my dead body. My fault, is it? You were the one who built a mansion relying on an estate you didn't even know for certain you would get. Come to think of it, did you ever even come to see him even once when he was still alive?
Well, you know, we were busy with a lot of things, and,
But we were truly worried about him too, you know. Then why didn't you freaking call him? My grandpa, bless his soul at peace, was genuinely worried about you two pricks, even though you've been terrible people.
Why then did he adopt you instead of me and thus not give me his estate?
Probably because you only look at things by their monetary value and have no compassion for people. You think that if anything happened, you could just rely on your family and they would get him back on his feet. No matter how old you got, you never once took responsibility for your own words and actions. Even though this is Grandpa's funeral, your bird brain is obsessed with inheritance, inheritance, inheritance. This time, even I can't take it anymore, Sir Anderson. Megan, as of henceforth, I terminate my familial connections to you.
You know I don't give a frick, right? Because you don't have your inheritance anymore, do ya?
If that's the case, then you mean nothing to us. I mean, if anything, I wish you could get us back the time we spent at the funeral, even though we didn't shit for frick.
More importantly, could you frickin' pay us compensation since you let us build a mansion without contacting us?
Huh?
Listen, if you had contacted us beforehand, this wouldn't have happened, and now you have an obligation to pay compensation. $1 million.
What in the...
Listen up and send it to us today, all right?
Over my dead body? I want to punch a wall. What have you been listening to this whole time? I am cutting off my ties with you two bitches. No inheritance, no compensation, and definitely no goddamn help or assistance from me.
But then what do you expect us to do?
If this keeps up, we'll be in hell with $1 million in loan debt. I don't care.
You inhumane bitch! You monster!
Oh, and you think you can talk to me like that? I'm still managing the inheritance, see?
What?
What do you mean? If all the legal heirs renounce their rights to inherit, then an administrator is required to manage the abandoned estate.
Don't tell me that administrator is,
Yep, it's me. Really?
Then we're saved! What's up with you, big sister? You made us so nervous.
That means you still have the estate at your disposal, right? Yes. If so, can we take $1 million from there? But it's almost time to be under the administration of someone else.
Huh?
Miss Helen is now in charge of managing it as the administrator of the inheritance, but the money will ultimately go to the National Treasury.
Go to the National Treasury?
So that means it'll become the country's property?
Indeed.
This can't be happening. It's our money. We can't stand by and let something like this happen. No, it's definitely not your money. Enough assuming that it is.
Hey, big sister, don't let that money go to waste and go to the country. Why don't we split it evenly? The three of us. You, me, and Megan.
Absolutely not. Well then, let's do this. How about we let Sir Anderson become the administrator after you're relieved of your duties, Miss Helen?
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll take care of it properly in your place, and I'll do my job well.
I can't leave it to you. Far from being sad when our grandfather passed away, you were counting on the inheritance and building a mansion before he passed away. You didn't even wear a single item of funeral clothing, and all you talk about is the inheritance. For the sake of my beloved grandfather, rest his soul, I won't let people like you do whatever you want with the things he left behind. Come on now. Can you be a bit more stubborn, Miss Helen? I don't want to do this. I don't want that. From our perspective, you sound like a spoiled brat. We don't care what happens to you if you make us any angrier than we are, okay? I may look humble like this, but I used to rule over the neighborhood ladies once upon a time.
For sure, if you don't do what I say, sis, there's no telling what I might do, you know? You know my scary side better than anyone else, don't ya? Remember that at 15 I was so badass I would steal a bike and ride off into the sunset, eh? You haven't forgotten, have you? In the past, you would make me angry so much that I would always leave the toilet seat up. I would hide your favorite stuffed animals in the dirt outside. I would hide your shoes before you would go out. Fear me!
Bruh, some pooch you are.
And the best of all is...
Sir Anderson, put on that face of yours and show them. Mr. Morrison, if you would be so kind.
Yes, ma'am. I declare this to be blackmail.
What?
Any verbal threat to the safety and sanctity of the life, body, freedom, honor, and property of any individual or their close relatives shall be acknowledged as a crime of blackmail under U.S. law.
Blackmail?
You will be sentenced to 2 years in prison or fined up to $3,000. Threatening someone in front of a lawyer? That takes a lot of guts. I'm very impressed in a great many ways.
No, this is, well...
Well, we'll just contact the police and whip up a quick report of the crime.
Understood, sir.
Huh?
Hey, Megan, this is it. They're finally bluffing. There's no need to be scared.
What do you mean? You know that if a complaint is filed?
It's not a crime if you steal or threaten someone if you're their relative, see?
Really? Wait, seriously?
Oh, I'm dead serious. Mr. Morrison wasn't? Even if you try to threaten us with that bullshit, it's not gonna work. More to the point, you're a lawyer and you don't even know about that? You're really finished.
Could you be talking about examples of crimes committed against relatives?
Yeah, I'm sure it was called something like that.
What's with that attitude? The crimes applied to special punishments are theft, fraud, vagrancy, extortion, and attempted crimes, you see.
What?
So even if it's within family, the examples of crimes committed against relatives doesn't apply to blackmail.
In other words?
Straight to the police with you two bitches.
What?
What the hell? What you said was completely wrong.
You can't blame me. I was fuzzy on the details.
My, you really do have a lot of guts challenging the authority of a lawyer with semi-coherent knowledge like that. It's like watching a moth trying to fly all the way to the sun. All that being said, shall we proceed with the charges?
Roger that.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Eh? You wouldn't do that to family now, would you?
Ah, police?
Yeah! What are you doing to me?
Sir Anderson, we have to get out of here.
What?
You think we'd let you get away?
Give up and give in, folks. Please, leave me be. It was him that said something about the estate, you know.
What?
I'm actually a victim, an accessory to his crime.
What are you doing? You were the one who jumped at the $1 million contract.
The hell? You said we would be millionaires. Of course I would jump at a contract like that.
But you didn't have to add a jacuzzi in the backyard or a marble sculpture. You wanted those.
And who, pray tell, ordered a baseball with a billiards table, a bar with a wine cellar? You know nothing about wine and still went to frickin' buy a shit ton of Ramune Conti.
And who, pray tell, ordered a grand piano when you can't even frickin' play? What do you say to that?
Damn, I just knew something like this might happen, so putting your name as the loan holder was a stroke of genius.
But the money to pay for that loan is coming out of your account.
Huh? Hey, what are you doing behind my back?
Damn, I just knew something like this might happen, so I did it properly, you know?
Frick you! It pisses me off when he does something so unnecessary so properly.
I told you, we're in the same boat.
You frickin' bastard! Don't you think so too, Miss Helen? From my point of view, I can only see two maggots fighting over who gets the better part of the log.
It's really like comparing acorns' heights. You two are married, so the only thing you can do is cooperate for a long time to pay off the unexpected $1 million loan and the fine that will be imposed upon you as compensation for blackmail.
Impossible! I can't do it anymore with this bastard.
bitch. Hey, who are you calling a bastard? Helen? Hey, we're still family, right? Please, forgive me. You can do whatever you want with this stupid bitch.
Oh, no you don't. Hey, Miss Helen, we're both women, aren't we? Please help me. It's all this stupid bastard's fault.
What's your verdict, Miss Helen?
Of course I won't forgive them both, and neither will my father and mother, nor even my grandfather in heaven. I know that none of them would forgive you goddamn earthworms for trampling on our feelings during our final farewell. I hope that you live the rest of your lives regretting your actions to your heart's misery and discontent.
No, please!
After that, the police rushed to the scene and took the two crying scumbags away. I went to the police station with Mr. Morrison and filed a crime report. The two were fined $3,000 each. They were unable to keep the $1 million mansion they had constructed and had no choice but to sell it. However, to repay the remaining $400,000 in debt, the two of them spend their days working day and night, living in a small, dilapidated wooden apartment, fighting whenever they catch a glimpse of each other. I hope to live by my late grandfather's words. Just as a hermit crab finds an object that perfectly fits its unique body, live at my own pace and in a way that suits me best, without dreaming of things beyond realism. Trouble Busters!